Hi guys, today I'm going to create a mini React app which fetches random Giphy images when you click the button. As you can see here, we are going to use Giphy API and React hooks to build this app. We have our boilerplate ready, so I'm going to start from app.js. I'm going to delete Control A, delete everything, and write down the shortcut RAFCE. I'm going to use React Bootstrap card inside our div. So let me get started with the installations. Install npm React Bootstrap and the components. Let's search for cards. We are going to use the same card. So I'm going to copy the code and paste it here. And I'm going to add in this here, say card. All right, so now let's start our app in the browser and see how it looks. We are getting the same exactly card. We need to fix a little bit on the card title and the contents and the button and on the picture. So I found this cute picture of cat, which I'm going to copy and paste it inside our source here. Save it and work a little bit on the card title. Uh, let's say Giphy App and the contents. Um, let's say fetches random Giphy images. Just click and this goes somewhere. We can delete and make it like a next button. All right. So let's see how it looks. Yeah. I'm also going to put the card inside the grid layout. So I'm going to copy this this grid from Bootstrap. So I'm going to take in here container to add in. So let's delete this one and take this all the way down. All right, row and column is not defined, which we have to do it right now here. Row and column. All right, now it's a little bit in the middle. And also I'm going to give it a little bit of margin top. So container, we are going to use inline style here. Now I'm going to add background color in the card. So let's do the background color powder blue, and I'm going to remove the width. All right. And also I'm going to give style in the card image. So let's copy this and paste it here. I want this here. And I'm going to give a height and width. Height, let's say 350 x, and width, let's make it 100%. See now. Okay, should be good. Now I'm going to give a background color and also increase this picture height a little bit. So probably I'll make it 450, and let's work on deleting app CSS, and let's say on the body give a background color and import the CSS. All right. Okay. Now we are completely ready with our UI. So we are going to work on clicking the next. We want Giphy images to display. So now let's work on the Giphy API part. In order to work with API, we have to download a dependency called Axios, which I'm going to install it right away. npm install Axios. Then also I'm going to import it right here. We have to use effect in order to fetch the data from API. So let's create a use effect arrow function inside the app. So when you click on the use effect, you can see that it's automatically downloaded here. So you don't even have to write it down here yourself. Now let's define our fetch data function, which is going to be an asynchronous function. So if we fetch data, async. So we are going to define the API route URL. So it's gonna be the Giphy API, and also I'm going to define the API key. And I have already put my API key in the .env file, which you can create it and put it inside it like this. So when I go to the app here, I will need to write process dot env, process dot env dot the same thing here, React app Giphy key. Let's copy it and paste it here. All right, we are good here. Oh, sorry, I forgot to write const. All right, now let's do the result. Const await yours. Let's use backtick here, and $sign, and we are going to call the API root, and then we are going to call the API key parameter equals to our API key. All right, before we go further, let's look at the Giphy API. So when we look at the docs here on the overview in the API endpoints, so I'm going to look at the trending endpoints. So if you look here, then we have to have this URL, v1 gives trending, and also the parameter required is the API key and your API key. So I'm going to add this in the app. So after the API root, I'm going to add trending question mark, or we can just cut this part and take it here. Alrighty, gives trending API root API key. All right, and now let's console log the result. Console. All right, so in the console, we can see that we have the data coming in, data object coming in. So if you look inside the data and the data, we can say that it's returning an array of 50 objects. So if you go inside, we will see the images, and we will see a variety of images that we can get. So we might want to focus on the fixed height URL, and this is the one that we are going to fetch. And if you look at if you hover on top of the URL, you'll see the path, which is giving that it's data.data and the index number and images dot fixed height URL. So now that we have the data coming in, let's go back in our code and let's set this data. So in order to use state value, we have to use useState, which we are going to call right in under the app here. So let's say const Giphy, which is going to be the state value, and set Giphy, which is going to be the function, and we are going to use useState. And if you just click on this, it's automatically called above, and it's gonna be an empty value for now. All right, now we can use the value to show it in our DOM. We're going to use the Giphy, and here I'm going to cut the hard-coded URL and going to add in my Giphy image here. And now we can use the set Giphy function in order to update the Giphy value. So let's call the function inside the use effect here, and let me use a backtick again. Say it was result result dot data dot data that was in the console, and there was this index, if you guys remember, 0 dot let me go in the console once again, and there was this copy the path, and if I put it here, yeah, data images fixed height URL. So let's delete this part. Data. All right, so let's see. All right, so you see our image is right here. So this is giving me the index 0, the first index value. But what we are looking for is we do not want the index to be hard coded inside here. For that, I'm going to define a function which is going to call in the random index value. So let's do it like this: const random, let's say index, random index equals method. Or since we are getting 50 images, we will write 50 here, and then we can add, we can call in the value random index here. All right, we also need to include here uh, an empty array. Let's save it and let's look in the browser now. All right, so every time we refresh, we are getting a different image. So now what we want is, we want like every time we click on the next button, we want a new image to get displayed here. So let's go back in our app and let's create another state, which is going to be um, let's say fetching, and set fetching, set fetching. Let's keep the default value of fetching to be false. Let's go inside in the button, here, write a function on click. Right, let's write here um, fetching, as you want to fetch the data. So let's write here fetching, and let's write here the function, which is set fetching. Uh, set fetching, just the opposite to its value, which is fetching. Fetching. I just want to write here in capital and set fetching. This I want to make sure it's this same. All right. All right. So let's have a look in the browser now. Okay. When you click on next, oh, there you go. All right. Looks like we got it. We are getting a different image every time we click on the next button. Yes, looks like we have completed this app and looks good to me. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope it helped. Um, it's a very simple mini app. And if you like this app, please like and subscribe.